Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday morning. It's Stephen Whiteside here from theuptrend.com. In the pre-market this morning, stock index futures and commodities are trading right around fair value. We don't have any major economic numbers coming out, but we do have energy inventories coming out later this morning. Now, China was in the news on Tuesday. It is stimulating its economy, and you can see the China ETFs trading in North America popping nicely yesterday, up across the board, and that helped stocks around the world move up on Tuesday. Now, coming into Wednesday's trading action, the VIX is still on a sell signal. That's supportive for higher stock prices. Notice it's not really trending at the moment, and that has been a concern of mine. The stock markets are making new all-time highs. The VIX is certainly not making new all-time lows. So on Wednesday, we're looking for a close above 1821. Now, I recently started posting the VIX for the TSX 60 just to see how it would work. I don't have a lot of faith in this indicator. The options market in Canada is very small. And on Wednesday, we're looking for a close above 1223 to give us a new buy signal. And if that happens, we'll see if it corresponds with a weakening stock market. Now, looking at the major indices, and we'll just breeze through the U.S. ones fairly quickly, but they're all stuck up here at resistance, and that doesn't mean they can't break out above it. It's just the fact that here we are at our price targets for the Dow, for the S&P 500, for the equal-weighted S&P 500, for the NASDAQ 100, the equal-weighted NASDAQ, and the Russell 2000 ran up to 125 last week, didn't hit it, and then pulled back, and it's pulled back for the last couple of days. Still trading above 218.75, so no major breakdown just yet. But as you can see across the board, we're hitting our price targets and stopping. And that could turn out to be a bad thing. Of course, we are coming up to month end. We don't expect a lot of downward pressure going into month end, but then October is often a very rocky month. Moving on to the Canadian market, the TSX, the TSX 60, mid caps, small caps all made new highs yesterday. The Venture Exchange also made a nice move up yesterday. Certainly nowhere near a new high, but it has cleared the August highs, and now we're going for the July highs. Now, all of that interest could be from the world of commodities, but banks are doing very well, and we'll take a look at that in a minute. But we had crude oil move up yesterday. Natural gas made a new high for this move before pulling back, did not close below the previous day's low. Then looking at the metals, and I think this is where really all the action is at the moment. Look at that big move up for copper yesterday. We had a new high for gold. Platinum turned around. It's still on a buy signal here, no change in trend. And then silver was up sharply yesterday, so that really fueled the Canadian stock market. Gold stocks were up on the day, not a new high. That happened the day before. But then you see that the mining sector gapped higher. We also had base metals gapping higher on Tuesday. Then looking at financials, they're up at the top of our projected trading range here. They certainly haven't started to break down just yet. But when you go through the banks, you'll see a lot of them are at daily price targets. We certainly have weekly price targets above that. But when we look at the Bank of Montreal, for example, we're at 121.88. 125 is not only a daily but a weekly target, but here we are stuck at a daily target. Then looking at the Bank of Nova Scotia, we've got a target of 73.44 and the next target 75, which is both a daily and a weekly target. Then looking at CIBC, we ran up to the 84.38 level and have stopped. We're trying to get to 87.50. That's both a daily and a weekly target. Then looking at the National Bank, and the National Bank stuck here for a couple of weeks now at the 128.13 level. 131.25 is both a daily and a weekly target. Then looking at the Royal Bank generated a sell signal a couple of days ago. No momentum to the downside so far. A close above 167.25 on Wednesday would give us a new buy signal. I wouldn't take that buy signal. We're really up at the top of the panic zones. We're very overbought right now. We ran up. We hit the 168.75 2 weeks ago and have pulled back from that point. We got as high as 169.04. If we can take that out, then 175 is a daily and a weekly price target for the Royal Bank. And last up, the TD Bank made a new high on Friday. Monday and Tuesday, it pulled back. We ran up to the 87.50 level and stopped. 87.50 is not only a daily but a weekly target for the TD Bank, and maybe that is the line in the sand that's going to hold the banking sector at this time. Moving on to technology stocks, a lot of buy signals here. We're still on a buy signal for Shopify. It was down 27 cents yesterday, no big deal. We're still on a buy signal for Constellation Software. CGI, unfortunately, is on a sell signal right now, so things would change on Wednesday if we closed above $155.61. There's a new high for OpenText on Tuesday. Now, we've got Celestica really dragging its feet. It's on a buy signal right now, not going anywhere. We also have a buy signal for BlackBerry, and it's not going anywhere either. And anytime somebody mentions BlackBerry, I show them this chart. That is also true for Bitfarms, which is on a buy signal right now, but trading below the flypaper channel. And Hut 8 is also on a buy signal right now, but walking right into the flypaper channel. So there are stocks on buy signals that don't have a lot of potential at the moment. They certainly could cut through the flypaper channel. It just takes a lot of work and a lot of new money to come in to a particular stock. Okay, folks, that is all for this morning's presentation. As you can see, a lot of the major U.S. indices have run up to resistance and stopped, and a lot of the Canadian banks have also come up to resistance and stopped. So maybe what's happened is the magic that the Fed put on the market last week, maybe that's starting to dissipate, and the market's going to need another catalyst to take it up and over resistance. The Canadian market is doing very well right now, and that has a lot to do with the commodity sectors as well. But the banking sector is such a huge part of the Canadian market that if it starts to go down, the rest of the market will probably go with it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Next time you'll hear my voice is on Thursday morning.